Don't you do it. Yo, what's great in the state? It is the radio rock star, aka the radio rap star, aka the fade runner, aka your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, aka the voice of choice that makes the ladies noise, aka Mr. Damn. He does that too. And after Saturday, Mr. Your new number one contender for the RWC Heavyweight Championship. I am G Money.
So I don't know why you do this to me every show. You go through all these AKAs and all this. I mean, you know me. I'm a very humble person. I'm not going to brag about how I am currently one half of the TCW Tag Team Champions. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to brag about how I'm currently one half of the RWC Tag Team Champions. We're not going to do that either. Okay. We're not going to do that. Okay. We're not going to brag about the tons of wins we have over people like you.
Whoa, hold on.
I'm just saying. And we're not going to brag about how I put you in the spotlight to be able to be in the position that you're in right now. You can thank me later after the show. Don't worry. It's okay. What? We'll talk after the show.
That's what's hot in the streets. That's what we're doing. Mr. Magnificent is in the building. And, you know, he likes to stretch the truth. But it's okay. It's all good. Look, this is another episode of the Smash the Mat podcast, and this one is going to be a very special one. Yet you notice it's on a Monday night. Yes, Monday Night Raw is on. No, I don't give a damn.
That's right. Record it. Watch it back later.
Record. I got YouTube TV. You know, it'll be fine. Nobody watches TV live, apparently. So check this out, right? This is an amazing wrestling month, man. There's a lot of shows popping off, but there's a very special show that is going to be happening March 18th in Greensboro. It's called HitClubPro. And right now, what we would like to do is introduce the creator, the mastermind, the brainchild behind HitClubPro. And her name is Suzette Victoria. Suzette Victoria is in the building.
Yes.
Good. Hello, you guys.
Hello.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited. I've been wanting to do this with you guys for a minute.
Absolutely. And we have been busy, not busy, but booked. You know, we be booked, trying to do stuff.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, so it's a beautiful thing, you know, to be able to work. So you have the show HitClubPro coming up. It's coming up in March, right?
Friday, March 18th.
Right. It's going to be at the Firestar Arena in Greensboro. So tell us a little bit about it before we jump into like card and everything.
Okay, so this is the inaugural event, 4361 Federal Drive, Greensboro, North Carolina. Pretty stacked card. I'm just super excited for it. We put a lot of work, a lot of time into this. So I just want to let you guys know this is the premiere. This is the new thing. We're bringing something different to North Carolina. Greensboro has a rich history in professional wrestling, and we just want to keep it alive and just keep it going and give you guys a great show.
Excellent. Okay, so where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So just right on down the road.
Okay. So you mentioned this was the inaugural show. Is this the first show you've run, or is this just the inaugural show here?
The first show.
Okay.
First show I've ran. First show for Hit Club. So the beginning.
Okay. Very interesting. So what was the thought for you? Like, what made you decide, you know what, I want to throw my own show? Like, what was there anything in particular? Was like, did you just want to see a certain collection of wrestlers? Like, what was it that made you want to come up with a promotion and put it into action?
I mean, I've always known I was going to be a promoter. I always knew I was going to have my own promotion. Ever since I was a little kid, probably like 7 or 8, I already knew this. Like, my brother and we already had like our little play promotion of like 50 action figures, and they all had their own entrance music, CDs. We had like boxes and VHS tapes to like, I guess, set up each arena. Like I said before, like if it's the Staples Center, we have a setup for that. If it's Madison Square Garden. We have a setup for that, and we had storylines. We strategically planned. We're like, okay, SummerSlam's in this city this day, so we can't have our show here. And we're like 8 years old figuring this out. So. But I always said, like, wrestling was my first love. So I was going to be a wrestler. Then I said, when I'm 40, I'll start a promotion. But it happened well before 40.
I was about to say, that's amazing for 40, but she's not even close. She's not.
No,
that's the move. That's the move. Okay,
so you had a lot of choices. Like, what specifically made you choose Greensboro as the place to do this show?
Oh, first, shout out to Cam Jackson.
Hey,
the homie.
Hey,
he is number one. Cam Jackson is number one.
Yeah, I'm excited for his match too, but.
Oh yeah, yes indeed, yes indeed.
Heard a lot of good things.
Go ahead and continue. My apologies.
Well, with Greensboro, I had so much fun at WrestleCade back in November, and I was just thinking, okay, like I need to have a place to call home. South Carolina has so many rules when it comes to independent wrestling, and that is home. But I mean, when I think of North Carolina, I think of wrestling. Yeah, I live in Atlanta, but something about North Carolina just felt right. The talent I wanted to use and bring in, the venues and just what they're doing. Like I said, that rich history, specifically in Greensboro, I just wanted to kind of keep that alive. So I figured, why not that be the first stop and potentially even be home?
Okay.
That's a very good look. I mean, you're right. Like North Carolina definitely has a lot of wrestling history. Oh, fun fact. And we talk about this a lot ever since we found out. We're in favor of North Carolina, and we found out on the Stone Cold podcast that the Stone Cold Stunner was originated here in 1997, I believe. He said, yeah. I think I forgot who it was. I think it was either Dusty or somebody that gave him the move in Fayetteville. 1997 had the name and everything. So yeah, like when it comes to North Carolina and wrestling history, like we are definitely there.
Okay, Fayetteville, don't give me any ideas now.
Like, and Greensboro is one of the wrestling capitals of the South.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
so many shows. The Crockett's used to run through here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
super.
Yeah,
dope.
I just kind of wanted to keep that going. Some of the best shows I've been to were in North Carolina. So I'm like, okay, Charlotte's a little saturated, but not to step on any toes where there's not too many promotions. Like I just thought Greensboro would be a really good place.
And you know what? And you had real quick shout out to WrestleCade and AML and the guys everybody that has a hand in putting that together, because that's a great event. So I've never promoted a show, so how difficult is it to put a show together, promote it, and run it? Well, I mean, obviously the running part, we haven't got there yet, but putting it together, how hard is putting a show together?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be easy, but it was a lot more than I was ready for. I mean, I was ready, but I'm like, oh, like this takes a lot of time, like planning the show. And I mean, you do have to have a solid team. You can't do it by yourself. But even with the team, it's still like a part-time job. There's the small things, there's the business side. It's a lot of communicating, promoting, like it's a lot. It's not, I mean, you have to really love it to do it. If you don't love wrestling, you would, after a week or two and realizing what's on your plate, you'd probably be like, yeah, no.
So if you had, like you said, you have to love wrestling. So obviously you love wrestling, but when it comes to putting together the event, did you have like a favorite part? Was it like planning the matches, picking the venue? Like which part did you like the most?
Sheesh. I mean, I just recently started to kind of put myself out there. So I guess just me, like just kind of getting to know people and just saying, hey, it's my promotion. Thank you so much for coming. Like just, I I guess putting myself out there. Like I've always been a production person. So that was the part that excited me, like just kind of being able to be behind the scenes. Um, but I guess just watching it grow. I don't know if there's a specific role I like, but because I've just kind of been putting my hand in everything, but I just kind of I'm enjoying watching it blossom and seeing people talk about it and people just being eager and just ready for the show. Just knowing that people are excited.
No, that's dope. That's dope. So are you so I know there's different roles with shows, you know, you got your promoters, your bookers, all that. Are you also booking the show as well as promoting it?
I'm pretty much doing a little bit of everything. Like I said, I have a pretty good team that's been helping me, but of course everything goes through me. I mean, I wear pretty much all of the hats, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the expert or I'm Jim Cornette or someone. Like I definitely try to do my research, figure out what makes sense, get input before a decision is made because this is my first show and I'm new and I know I don't know it all. So.
Okay. So we also want to let the people know that not only is this show happening, but y'all boys, Senor Magnificent and myself will be commentating the show along with the homie David Estacado. He'll be doing the Spanish commentary. And we're also going to make sure that she gets the video version of this and she can make it available on, I don't know exactly where are you going to be putting the show at after it's finished?
I'm in talks with some people, but it's probably just going to be on our YouTube page. We're going to be dropping a lot of content for that. I'm just getting us off the ground, letting people see what we're offering, what we're doing, and just kind of getting people familiar with it. So, yeah, that's kind of what it's looking like right now. But who knows where that could lead to?
Okay, and what's the name of the YouTube?
It's just HitClubPro.
All right, easy work. Okay, so let's talk about some of these matches and some of these amazing wrestlers you have coming to this show. Like, because there's some
names.
If you follow wrestling, not just the major promotions, but the indies, like there are some big name guys on the indies that are out here doing work, and you snagged a couple of them for this show.
Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, I'm happy that they're just willing to come along for the ride and, to do this for the first show. But yeah, we got some dope people coming in.
Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and start. I was trying to throw your bet. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what if you look,
social media handles HitClubPro.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So and my boy Harry, he just came and asked. He's the same thing.
Hi Harry. Thank you.
HitClubPro on Facebook as well. And this show is gonna be fire. So let me find these pictures. So let's see. Let's start with this one. I think is going.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a huge match.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, let me remove this for a hot second so we can see that right there. It is the Infinite Man Tim versus AC Mack. And very interesting thing about AC Mack, because like I've heard of him. I'm in a bunch of black wrestling groups, so I hear him come up a lot. And he has just made history because well before we get to that, I think it was Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI, just recognized the Internet Wrestling TV Heavyweight Championship as a world championship. So the IWTV Heavyweight Championship is officially recognized as a world championship, and I think that was done about 6 months ago. But Mr. AC Mack is the first openly gay world heavyweight champion. Never done before. Never ever. I didn't even realize it was never done before. But that man right there, like
love to see it.
Yes, history maker, no glass ceiling. Like, so definitely shout out to him.
Yeah, this is gonna be a dope match.
Right, and anybody that knows the Infinite Man Tim,
That man's amazing in the ring.
Yeah. No one could ever say he's had a bad match. And they've squared off before, but now it's different because he is the world champion. And I feel like TIM has something to prove. Like AC Mack, like me being in Atlanta, I did bring in some Atlanta talent. So now it's kind of like, okay, AC Mack in North Carolina in Tim's home state. So it's just, I just feel like the stakes are a little bit higher now. It's a little bit deeper than what they've done before.
Oh, interesting. And let me throw this comment in from Mr. Cam Jackson. He has a question here. What are you looking for in the show? You have a damn good team. You do. You have damn good talent. You do. You even stuck a hand out to pull him on your platform to give him a chance. But what happens on at the show that makes you say, that's what I wanted?
I feel like I can already look at it and say, this is what I wanted. Like, it's a diverse roster. I'm not one of those promoters that's trying to bring in, no shade to anyone, trying to bring in a bunch of ex-WWE guys to get some butts in the seats. Like, I'm taking local names. I'm taking the underdogs, people that people are familiar with that they're not. I'm bringing in people from Atlanta that people may not be familiar with in North Carolina. You may have heard of them. You may know that they're good. But it's just the whole goal behind Hit Club is to thrive off of what's already there, not pulling someone from TV. Yeah, we have AJ Gray and Myron Reed, of course, but it's about giving people a platform, like putting the underdogs over. Like some other promotion probably wouldn't give you the match that you would have at Hit Club, but it's like I just believe in so many people. I mean, I can already look at it and be like, okay, pat myself on the back here.
Well, G, we have all kinds of people that watch this podcast, and occasionally they like to chime in on comments and stuff. So we had somebody actually drop a message to tell us what they think about HitClubPro. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you just never know who's watching. You never know who's watching.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Why didn't I see that coming? I should have known. Man. So, but I want to send a shout out to Cam Jackson because the first time I saw Cam Jackson in action, bars, was at first time ever 2021, I believe. First time ever 2021. The show Franco Varga put on, and I see him go to work there. I was like, man, this dude's pretty good. And then I started doing stuff with Extreme World Wrestling, and he has, like, first off, he's got one of the best promos I've ever seen. Like, his promos are crazy. Like, so I feel like, just in Cam's, for him, if you haven't seen him in action, like, he is somebody that can turn heads.
Right. And a lot of people, like, even when that match was announced, a lot of people were excited for it. Like, he's one of those local names that people get excited for. It's not even about, like, being a local name. It's just like, you're a guy, this is your city, and I know you can do a great job. Like, I know how awesome you are already. So let's just, like, why not have him? You hear nothing but good things. I wish I could squeeze everyone onto one card, but it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't make sense if I'm squeezing an extra 20 people on one card and everyone's getting 3 minutes in, in the match. Yeah. Like, it's like I'm just giving people their flowers and giving people their time to shine, as we grow on this journey. I would love to have him, continue on this journey with us for sure.
All right, John. You go in, shine, finish. That's it. Only one person getting offense in. I'm sorry. It's just So, speaking of AJ Gray, we've got AJ Gray versus Blacktist Jack. And shout out to Blacktist because I was for the pick and I had it and lost it. But he just did his first stint on AEW Dark. So shout out to him. But he's going against a well-known AJ Gray. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be interesting as well. Yeah,
the truth. They their styles, because Blacktist is so versatile, and then AJ Gray, he's he's just raw, and so he's more vocal. Blackus is a little more reserved, but I'm just, they're both heavy hitters. And like I said before, like they kind of exchange some words on social media. And I'm like, okay, I like this. Like, I can see this.
Oh, yeah.
To me, Blackus' character or his gimmick is just over. I mean, it's just so over.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so smooth in the ring.
Yeah.
Like just
can
from a worker
work.
standpoint. Yeah.
Like it does. If you throw him in the ring with a high flyer, he can match that. If you throw him in with a larger guy that moves a little bit slower, he can match that, and it can work. It looks authentic. It makes it look good. It's still, he can do it where it's still true to Blackus Jack. So.
And then he's got
I'm excited to see what he does with this one, because I don't know if I don't know what AJ is thinking, but I think he's in for a little match, and it's anything goes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, new stipulation, anything goes.
So yeah, that's gonna be real interesting. And speaking of, I was looking for the Cam Jackson match, but I found it because he's going against the young OG Myron Reed. And man, look, I've seen Myron Reed in person work, man. That dude is, the craziest thing is, like, he used to be a backyarder, and then he taught himself how to wrestle, and he's been killing it on MLW, on Major League Wrestling, man. 3-time state champion. He had some bangers with Leo Rush. You know what I'm saying? Like Myron Reed is that guy. He is that guy. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised when they see how Cam Jackson works with him. I really do. Yeah.
It's kind of just giving people a chance to see, like, okay, this person, I don't know what you thought of this person before, but let me show you what they can really do, type of thing. So
absolutely. And another one, we've got our boy. You know what I'm saying? Fodder. You know, the man formerly known as Alpha Ace, former tag partner, going up against David Ali. And now I've seen David Ali wrestle a few places. Well, at least not in person, but I've seen some of his matches on YouTube, man. David Ali is legit. Fodder is legit. They just had the CYN Control Your Narrative show over the weekend in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this one, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I just saw on Fodder's Instagram that this match is now for the SFCW Championship.
Yes, that's a promotion based out of Georgia. David Ali's a champion. He wants to put that up. He's confident that he can beat Fodder. David Ali, both of them have actually been on AEW Dark as well.
Right.
David Ali just faced AC Mack in Atlanta for the IWTV Championship. But David has a couple belts. I mean, he has, he's confident. He's ready. Fodder, heard a lot of good things about him. I'm really excited for this one too. So especially now, it's like, okay, the stakes are higher. We're throwing in championships. You're throwing in a loop. It's like, okay, let's see if you bring it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. Fodder, man, that dude, like, I don't want to be in the ring with him.
Right, it's the savior and it's the psycho. And David kind of has like his cult, his fans, and he has a very alpha, like, dominating personality in the ring. And then you have Fodder, so I want to see them clash.
Yeah, this will be dope. We've seen he wrestles with our home promotion in Ring Wars, and he's wrestled Weston Blake there, Moose, Josh Woods, like, and every match is like he takes it up a notch and takes it up a notch. So I think him and David Ali, man, that might blow the roof off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That is going to be legit. And we also have, let me see who else. We also got one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters is going to be, well, let me know if he's still going to be there. I don't know. I know Car's subject to change, but I saw a movie Mike in the building. That's my guy, man. Like, and that's 30K, like Movie Mike.
Is he holding auditions? Like, how do I audition for Movie Mike? Like, how does that work?
You probably have to hit him up, man. Like, you're not on Instagram. You need to follow him on Instagram. You need to hit him up if you want to be in one of his movies. You know what I'm saying? Because he does premieres and features all the time. So if you want to be part of that, I mean, he's not just gonna come to you. He's movie Mike. Like you have that you're worth a damn.
I agree. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna see what I can do.
You might have to submit an audition. We don't know, but you know, COVID restrictions. We don't know what his process is, but you know.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's a process now, but I mean, he might get you in there.
Exactly. I'm gonna sit at the commentary table with a movie mic sign and just hold it up. Pick me. Pick me. You're my favorite wrestler.
Right. So we also got, I see Exotic Youth coming through. Cornelius Pepperbottom. That is a fire name.
Wow.
Right.
Pepperbottom. Oh,
yes. Yes. And I mean, you have to see him in person now. You have to see him work. Have you seen him wrestle?
No. Honestly, like I just met him in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
So yeah, I've never seen him, but I'm always excited to see new wrestlers, man.
Yeah. Exotic Youth is definitely TV material. They're hilarious. I've seen them wrestle in person a couple of times, and yeah, they can definitely work a crowd. Full of energy, hilarious. I like them together.
Okay. That's what I like to do. Let me see who else we got up here. I see Carly Bravo coming to the show.
Yes, sir. Carly, he's also more familiar in the Atlanta area, trained at the Nightmare Factory. He's been on AEW Dark quite a few times. He's also part of Overkill with David Ali. They have a stable. It's about 5 of them. There's Ashton Starr, Danny J. I know I'm leaving some people out, but they have like a kind of like a faction, like a stable going on over there. But Carly is extremely charismatic. He's been making waves. He has a superstar thing about him too. If you guys aren't familiar with him, definitely check him out.
Excellent. And another one of my favorite characters is going to be.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this one.
The Pink Prince.
This man had a great weekend.
Yo, Caden's about to blow up, and people just don't even realize it. He just got a spot on the Control Your Narrative show, and they was loving him out there. From what I was told from Fodder and my trainer, they loved him out there. So I mean,
I have to watch that.
Yeah, he might be.
I'm excited to meet this one. I've heard like just
funny
stories. No, but
oh my gosh,
I'm like, I feel like we could be best friends. Like,
yeah, he is something else. He is cool. Like he's one of the few people that, like, I've seen a lot of wrestling. So I go to a show and I see wrestling. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I focus on his match because he's just so entertaining.
Yeah. Charismatic as hell. You know what I'm saying? And he hits hard.
Yes.
Right. Don't let the pink fool you.
Like, do not be fooled. Do not be fooled by what you see. You knock the crap out of you. Let's see who else. Here we go. Alexander Moss and Sadie Lee Moss. The new
Dream Team.
Firestar heavyweight champion Alexander Moss and Sadie Lee Moss will be at the show. Yes, indeed. The mother of wrestling. Okay. Yes, indeed.
Yes, They won't be wrestling together, but they're like Alexander's someone that I've had my eye on for a while. Just like his personality. I feel like he may be going through some character changes right now, but he definitely deserves his time for sure. Sadie, you heard nothing but good things about her. I feel like she's one of the top women's wrestlers in North Carolina.
I have a bone to pick with Sadie. I mean, she's a good wrestler, but she never brings me any cookies. I mean, she comes to the ringside with a tray of cookies every show I've seen her at, and conveniently they're gone before she gets to my side of the ring. So I'm not a fan. I'm not till I try these cookies anyway.
I mean, I'll let her. I'll be like, hey, can you take some to the comments, please? Like,
I appreciate that.
Trying to make everyone happy here, like, can't skip over them every time. I'll email her and ask her if she can, or I'll just pull her to the side.
Right. Just that's like if you see her with, just take 2 and hold them. You know, so
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I got you. I got you. I have a Ziploc and I'll have y'all.
see,
Thank you.
I'll
Ziploc on the
kind of make everyone happy.
yeah. Yes, indeed. Another person, Mr. Oliver
Oh.
Sayer,
Mm-hmm.
who I just matter of fact, what's today? Monday. I just commentated some of his matches yesterday at Extreme World Wrestling. Like we see him all the time at Firestar. He is a graduate of the Seth Rollins Wrestling School, Black and Brave, as well as a graduate of Firestar Pro Wrestling under LeBron Cozone. He just did a New Japan seminar like a couple weeks ago. That man, he's only 19 and his life is wrestling. That's all he wants to do is wrestle.
Again, heard great things about him. I haven't watched him wrestle in person, but I've looked back and watched some of the stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this kid. I'm excited for what he. I know he's gonna do great things as well in his career. In Hit Club, he's one of those people I would love to bring back too. And then, Firestar, we're at the Firestar Arena. Like a couple of these guys, this is like their home,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
they're kind of like, who are these new kids on the block? Like Alexander Moss, Oliver, even Cam. Like, they're just kind of looking like, who are these new people? Like you're not about to come in my home. You're not gonna give me some crazy little match. Like, you gotta pay respect to me. So it's like,
yeah.
Like I'm aware. I see your little promos and all that, but
yeah. So
they're gonna put on
future tense. This is your first one. Let's say, in a perfect world, everything goes off the way it's supposed to. What do you plan? How many shows do you plan on doing? And like, what is your goal for Hit Club Pro?
The goal, so I do want to move around the Southeast eventually, but I think the home is going to be North Carolina. I want it to be Greensboro for sure. As far as consistency, maybe every couple of months. I know the next show, just me being a woman and my love for women's wrestling, I didn't get as many women's matches as I wanted for this show. So the next show, I definitely want to highlight women, focus on women. I want a women's main event. My pet peeve is going to shows and, there's like this women's match. All the men have like a 20-minute time limit. Women's match is like a 6-minute time limit. It's the second match, and it's they don't get the hype that they deserve. They don't get they deserve their flowers. And just me being a woman, my love for wrestling. There's just a lot I want to do with it. A lot of ideas. So. That's going to be the goal moving forward, but I'm definitely going to be bringing some people back. I'm excited for the ideas and what we're working on. I don't want to give too much away, but
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
like we're definitely like, if you think this is good, you think what we have now is good, like I'm going big or going home.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, like so kind of like a specialty show every couple months, like a showcase more. That's the one I was for.
Well, there's gonna be storylines. I mean, you're not gonna see the exact same faces all the time. And again, with the goal of Hit Club, I'm not. It's not gonna be like that one top guy that gets all the cool opponents, and like we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna throw some things in there, like if I see something that's a good fit, I'm not really worried about, your clout or anything like that. Like people are gonna look at things sideways, but when they see the match, they're gonna be like, damn, that was good. Like, I slept on this person. So I mean, it's gonna be somewhat of a showcase, super show, but it's gonna make sense. There's gonna be storytelling. We're gonna stay consistent. There's a lot of championships being defended moving forward. There's a couple on this show, so it's definitely got some things in the works.
Okay, so I don't know if now is the right time to ask because this is your first show, but as a Black woman, throwing a wrestling show is pretty much unheard of.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna ask you about the challenges and stuff, but because it's the first show, I don't know. Have you came across anything?
Yes.
Oh, she said, yeah.
Oh gosh. She did not hesitate.
Right. It's like that already.
Well, I mean, and I've said this before, but I mean, like, I'm going to start out by saying my experience, I will say for the most part, has been positive. There's been promoters that have welcomed me with open arms, and they're like, hey, come on, let me show you this. If you need help, you know, let me give you some advice here. You know, like, that's kind of how I started. When I came back into the wrestling world, it was me kind of shadowing, being mentored. One person specifically, a dear friend of mine, David Garrick. I would just go backstage, I would help out, or I would just listen, I would take notes, I would pick people's brains, ask questions, be very observant. I go to a lot of wrestling shows in my spare time and just kind of observe and just look at it from a promoter's point of view or like a production point of view versus a fan. Like, I'm still enjoying the show, but I'm just watching how you handle certain situations. What do you do in this case? What do you do in that case? How do you control this? What the crowd is reacting to, you know? So I mean, there's been a couple of promoters that they know I'm a promoter as well, or that I'm stepping into the business, and they're like, oh yeah, like, that's dope, come on. But then, like, at the end of the day, you know, not to put race into it, I'm in North Carolina, you know, Black women's the minority in wrestling. I'm stepping into a middle-aged, older white man's territory. Some people are still very territorial. And, you know, like, they look at things as a competition. Some people, you know, they are skeptical. Like I said this before, you know, if I want to be a fan, oh yeah, come sit front row. They usually tell me I don't look like a wrestling fan, but you know, if I want to be yeah, I've been told that a lot. They're like, you're not a fan. You're married to a wrestler, right? But you're not a fan. You're just you. And I'm like, no, I actually like wrestling, but no. Yeah, if I want to be a wrestler, oh yeah, you should train. Da, 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 da. You know, if you want to be a referee, ring announcer, sure, come on in. But if I want to be a boss, it's like, hold on, like, who do you think you are? Like, what do you think you're doing? Like, this isn't. There's no seats at this table for you. So, you know. And then a lot of people, they don't believe I'm promoters. They're going around asking questions. They're like, this girl knows nothing about wrestling. Like, what's really going on here? Or let's see who knows something about this girl. But, you know, I mean, that's just the name of the game. I walked into it expecting to be the underdog, my credibility to be questioned. But, I mean, so far, I've built great relationships. I go around, I try to pay my respects, shake everyone's hand, give people their flowers. That's my thing. And, you know, I'm here to stay. So, I mean, of course, there's going to be challenges. You know, I'm a young girl in the South. People are looking at me like, are you sure? Like, you got to be careful. Do you realize, you know, what you're doing? Do you understand the politics and just how people are in the wrestling world? And it's just one of those things, trial and error. And you just have to learn. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot mentally. It's a lot financially and everything. But it's just something you just have to learn. You have to learn your people. You know, learn the mentality of it, and, you know, just the politics, the business side. So,
I did.
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I was going to ask. I'm looking at the card. You know, the card is obviously stacked. You've done your homework on a lot of these guys. If I'm a wrestler wanting to be on your next show, how do I get your attention? How are you looking for talent for your next show?
Well, I'm always looking. I'm always, you know, whether I'm scrolling on pages or on YouTube, or, you know, sometimes we will make a post asking, hey, like, who do you want to see? Who do you want to join the club? I mean, people will comment. And every time someone comments or says me, or, oh, you should book this person, we're looking, we're paying attention. But yeah, if you are interested, you can DM the page. It would probably be better if you send an email to HitClubPro@gmail.com and just send all of your information, pictures, resume, videos, or anything like that. Because, I mean, like I said, I'm coming back into the wrestling world. I've been out of the loop a little bit, but yeah, you know, I know some things, but there are some people that may be absolutely amazing. And I just, you know, I haven't been in that region, or I don't know a lot about, or, there's maybe someone killing it in one promotion and I'm just not familiar with that promotion yet, or there's different things, but we're always paying attention. Definitely hit us up. I mean, I wish we could put 1 million people on one card. There's so many people I want, but we have to space it out, make it make sense, make it be fair. I would hate to bring in some amazing people and, not be able to use them to their fullest capacity and have something that makes sense for them, especially if we're bringing them in from, like I said, bringing in a lot of people from Atlanta or anywhere, all over. I want it to be worth it for you and beneficial for your career and for everyone else. So,
yeah, and that's and one of the dope things is you never know where you're gonna see these people next.
Oh yeah.
And that's a good thing about indie. To me, indie wrestling in general is one of those things where, you might see somebody in Jacksonville, North Carolina, or Jacksonville, Florida, and then 2-3 weeks, months, maybe even a year or two later, like they're on your favorite wrestling show. Like,
right, especially the rate wrestling is going. And we have a couple people in the car that's like fresh out of training school or just haven't been wrestling that long. So who knows where they'll be, like you said, in a couple weeks, couple months, a couple years, who knows? But I just want everybody to eat and everyone to win.
I know, that's right. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. So HitClubPro is coming to Greensboro, North Carolina, March the 18th at the Firestar Arena. That is 4631 Federal Drive. And I know that address by heart because we go there every other Sunday. we do.
Sorry, my sound went out for a second. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we hear you.
We hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you guys. I don't know what happened.
So let's do that. Do that and bring it back. Maybe that'll help. Did that help any?
Still can't hear you guys.
Oh no.
Let's see.
So we will take this time while we're trying to figure that out. Mr. Magnificent, you had an amazing weekend. Where was you at?
Mount Airy, North Carolina.
I don't know if you guys are talking to me or not.
Oh, you know what? I forgot we got a private chat.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us.
I was in Mount Airy, North Carolina, and before I even talk about anything wrestling related with Mount Airy, I was just fascinated to find out that was Mayberry. I had no clue.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
That's Mayberry. Like that's where Andy Griffith was filmed.
Griffith show.
So that just blew my mind. But it was the AIWF weekend, 5-on-5 match, 10-man elimination match, and wow, it was amazing. Fans were hot, wrestling was hot. We also had Jim Stone and our own Caribbean Tiger.
Right.
Do we still say it's just Tiger now, right?
It's.
Can we? I mean, I don't know. I never really asked him. He is. That's true. Well, he was there, and the show was fantastic. But this weekend in general was amazing for everybody involved in Ring Wars Carolina. We had people doing the narrative. We had people in Mount Airy, XWW. We had a show in Lumberton. People were we had somebody down in AEW.
There's quick, Mr. Magnificent. Can you hear us now, Suzette?
Yes.
Hey.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you may continue now, sir.
Yes, but it was an amazing weekend for everybody, and it made my heart smile because I'm serious. I mean, you think about it. Eddie was gone. The show ran smoothly. Everything was good. Everybody's all not just in North Carolina, but everybody's all over the place working.
And shout out to Dino.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I dig. A lot of it was a busy weekend. Everybody was somewhere, and it's a great thing when a lot of your people get to go and do shows and hitting the roads, hitting the town. That's a great thing. It is a great thing.
There's so many people I want to support and want to go see them wrestle. There's so many of you guys, and driving from Atlanta, so I'm trying to spend more time in North Carolina and just kind of just get familiar and maybe scout. I'm not trying to steal anybody's talent, but just kind of see everyone, let them know, like, I'm trying to support you too. Like, I'll buy a ticket and come watch you wrestle just because,
Yeah.
Like, I'm rooting for you guys.
That's awesome. And I hear the wrestling scene in Atlanta is pretty straight. I'm in a wrestling group. It's called the Nation of African American Wrestling. And one of the members in there, I think I can't say his last name for nothing, but Keith DeBotham or DeBatham. I don't know how to say his name, but I believe he always brings up AWE, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. Yeah.
Right. I thought they kind of stopped.
I don't know. Like, I just see people talking about the shows they attend and the shows they wrestle on. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I believe Action Wrestling is there. Southern Honor is absolutely amazing. IWE in Augusta. I know that's not Atlanta, but I love their stuff. SFCW, Southern Fried Championship Wrestling, which David Ali will be defending his championship against. They're great.
Oh, so that's what it says. SF Southern Fried Championship.
Southern Fried, but don't let the name fool you. Don't think it's some
I am ready.
Backyard. It's not.
I am ready. Southern Fried anything. Book me.
I'm in. Count me in.
Yeah, man. That's what it's. And it's crazy. I was listening to, I'm sorry, Talk is Jericho, where he was interviewing Keith Lee. And Keith Lee was talking about, what took him so long to get to WWE and everything. And he said all the time he spent in Texas, he never wrestled outside of Texas, but he didn't realize, to him at least, he felt like Texas was a black hole of wrestling and not a lot of people pay attention to Texas. And I think the South, probably not like where Texas is, but I think in the Southeast of the United States, like, eyes are on the Southeast from the Carolinas. Like, you look at guys like FTRs from the Carolinas. You've got the Nightmare Factories in Atlanta, Georgia. AEW in Jacksonville. Like,
there's a lot of great schools. I trained in Atlanta briefly with Robert Gibson of the APCW. Of course, I trained at High Spots. Of course, High Spots is a great school.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Let's see, WWA 4 with AR Fox. So many great, amazing talents have come from there. There's a lot. Atlanta and Southeast really has to give, especially when it comes to just birthing talents. And of course, like, Nightmare Factory is killing it. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that's super.
And Firestar. Let's not lose out. Firestar. AML is a fire training. I've sat in on TIM's training class. Pretty intense. High Spots. When I was training there, was with Caleb Conley. I know Caprice offers some training. I mean, when I was training, it was like Cedric and Eric, like Big Swole, and like all of them training. So I was like kind of scared to get in the ring with them, but I mean, just to see a lot of the people that I used to go there and would see, or they would be having a class, or I'd be over here doing this, like, to see where they are now, and like we see each other and we're like, oh, look at us now, 7 years later, like,
No, I mean, you're right. Like, LeBron Cozone down in Firestar, he trained Griff Garrison, and over most of his guys have been on AEW. Moss.
Yeah. Look, kudos to Cozone.
Yeah, man. And then AML, like, they churn out talent as well. They put on great shows. We trained at Ring Wars, Carolina, and that's where Fodder came out of there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's and then High Spots has George South and many people.
Many legends like
have been trained by George South.
Right. And even back in the day when people were training, like in the 90s, like people were training in the South by like the Hardy Boys and stuff. Like there's older OG women's wrestlers, Susan Green, Fabulous Moolah, all of them, which, love Fabulous Moolah. that just brought out a lot of people came from these places. So,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
It's wild. C.W. Anderson from North Carolina.
Yeah.
He trained Lodi from WCW.
Mm-hmm.
And me and father used to drive out to Lodi spot like a couple times a month for training. He also CW also trained Victor Andrews, Mr. Everything, and like he's helped train a lot of people as well. So I mean, it's like that Southern connection, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Carolina connection. It's it's real.
And
so much talent.
Isn't like Kane and Pritchard, they have their school in Knoxville.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been coming out of there. I know people are learning a lot from them. But I mean, I've heard stories of people back when like OVW was popping. People were like coming from New York to train like in Kentucky for OVW and stuff like that was or even from like up north coming down and like staying in North Carolina, like changing their entire lifestyle just to train down here. Like,
it's crazy.
it's always been considered the place to be. If you want to get into wrestling, you have to come live in some small town, but it'll, you'll be in front of lights eventually.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's where you get the best training sometimes. Those remote spots, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So
before we shut this down, what do you currently watch, and who are you fans of? Who are you a fan of?
Let's see. Because I don't watch a lot of WWE right now. But I do there's a couple of people I'm like, okay, this is dope. But if I had to be specific, I've been watching Impact. I love Bullet Club. I love Savannah Evans. I'm a little biased.
Hey,
yeah, I love Chris Bay. Let's see, AEW. I mean, I like a classic heel, like a good heel, so MJF, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see. I don't know if I have specific favorites, but and I don't want to mess up anyone's name because I try to watch when I can. But yeah, I mean, I have people that I have my eye on for sure.
Okay. Interesting.
I like Red Velvet a lot too.
Hey, Red Velvet.
Hey, G, is there anybody particular you have your eye on? Maybe.
Absolutely. I was just about to bring it up because it's time for the obligatory Jade Cargill.
Oh yes. Love this look too.
I apologize. He does this every week.
It's Jade playing Jade from Mortal Kombat, which I wasn't going to say anything to anybody, which is kind of why I was wearing the Mortal Kombat shirt.
And you honestly surprised me, G, because you threw up the Mortal Kombat picture. I mean, you didn't throw up this one like I thought you were going to throw up. I mean,
I was.
You didn't do that.
I'm trying to be respectful.
He's like Superwoman.
Yeah, man. I was trying to be respectful.
She's unreal.
Yeah, I love Jade Cargill, man, and she's officially just reached a year of her wrestling, and that she's done a lot. And yeah, I understand, and she's still green.
We all start somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean that's just something you learn, and with wrestling, you never really stop learning.
Yeah.
Oh, this is facts.
There's so many I wish I could name, but yeah.
Matter of fact, we just did the Ricky Morton seminar last month. And we're in there, and he's in there with Magnificent, and he's going over how to tell a story before you even lay a hand on somebody. This is how you tell a story in the ring before you even touch the other person. And I don't even remember how it happened, but they came up with a spot, and he's like, damn. He's like, that's so good. I was like, I'm gonna call Robert. We're gonna use this in our next match. I never thought. And this man's got over 40 years of wrestling experience.
Yeah.
And him talking to us, he came up with something on the fly like that he's never done. He's like, yeah, we're gonna do this. So I mean, just like you said, it never ends.
Right. And I like that he's old school, so he's big on the storytelling. And
Yes.
I mean, now with wrestling, I go to a lot of shows now, and it's like you can have a million cool spots. You can be jumping off of the ceiling. But yeah, like if there's no story, there's no build up. Sometimes less is more, you know? Sometimes you build it up to that one amazing spot. It just means more than having 10 spots and no story.
Look at this is stuff we talk about in training. Stuff we talk about in our chat. You know what I'm saying? So like
that's how you capture, that's how you get people engaged, you know, like that's why you need to sell, you know, people, there's no selling because they're trying to do the next amazing spot. It's like after you've seen 10 of them in 5 minutes, it's like, okay, you know, but when there's a story, you know, you're getting the crowd on your side, they're understanding, they're focused. It's
people don't understand that in wrestling, the fans remember how you make them feel versus the spots and everything they see. You could do. They see moonsaults and backflips and all that stuff all show long, but they will remember you if you tick them off. If they like you, they're going to remember you that way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, definitely. And me sometimes just sitting, but me walking back into the wrestling world is like, okay, I don't know. I just went to the Grapple show in DC. You know, that's a different region for me. So there's some new faces. So I'm not familiar with this now. I don't even know if you're a heel or face yet, but I'm just seeing how you make me feel so I know how to react to you, who to root for, what I like. So there were a couple people that definitely surprised me there. But like you said, the fans are going to remember whether it was an arm drag or a hip toss. They just know how they felt, or if they were happy that you got that in and you finally got them off of you, or whatever the case was.
I shared this with the group today, and the more I sell, the less I have to sell, which means I sell more. All we do is
I need that quote.
That's deep.
I'll send it to you. I will send it to you. Absolutely. Okay. So look, so before we roll out, so all the social media is HitClubPro. That's
at HitClubPro.
CLUBPRO. HitClubPro, and that's on Facebook, that's Instagram, that's YouTube. Is there a Twitter?
There is a Twitter at HitClubPro.
What else is there? Is there a TikTok and all that?
No, you know, I thought about that. I'm not a TikTok person. I'm like, okay, what if we can do some cute stuff and get people together and like do a dance trend or something. I don't know, but I don't know.
I'm the same way.
I think Blackness would be interesting on that, but I don't know.
This guy made he made Smash the Mat a TikTok, and I have no idea what's on it because I don't have TikTok. I hope he's not out there making us look crazy.
No, never.
So as for us, you know what it is. Make sure you follow us on all social media. We've been running live on Facebook and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And after we're finished, I'm going to upload this to all of our podcast accounts, so you'll be able to. So if you're watching this and you missed some of it, you know what I'm saying, you can catch the whole thing. I mean, you can watch the replay on YouTube on the Smash the Mat YouTube channel, but it'll also be on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on Stitcher. It'll be Overcast. And it's been so long since I read off all those damn podcasts. I can't remember them all. It's just Radio Public. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be on that as well. But Suzette, we definitely appreciate you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. And then you guys and David Estacado, like I'm so ready.
Yes.
Hey, can I do Spanish commentary too? I can Google Translate.
Do you know Spanish?
Yeah.
I can learn it.
Well, can you learn it in less than 2 weeks?
In the middle of a match?
I'm gonna get on Google Translate right now.
I'm saying, just because you know what a bandera is.
You just need to know keywords. Introducing, winner, defending, things like that.
Too easy.
Right, you might want to. You barely got the English down. How you? I don't know how that's gonna work. But look, hey, make sure y'all follow us on social media. On Instagram, it's Smash the Mat Podcast. On Twitter, Smash the Mat Pod. We've got the Smash the Mat Facebook page, Smash the Mat Podcast on YouTube. And for 1 week only, we're back on farmersonly.com.
Oh,
so
wow.
You can find Smash the Mat on farmersonly.com. We up there too. You already know. No, I'm joking. But Suzette, we appreciate you. And
Thank you.
Thank
we will see
you.
you next Friday in Greensboro. Hit Club Pro, 4631 Federal Drive. It's at the Firestar Arena. It's going to be, what do we say about action-packed shows, man?
Action-packed action. That's when you have action and you take more action and you stuff it inside of that action, thus giving you action-packed action.
Like it's like
pretty much.
It's like an action burrito.
I like that.
Action taco. That's what we're doing. But you already know what it is, man. Smash Matt Podcast. Suzette, thank you. You already know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
No problem.